Om Namo Narayana. 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 Friends, welcome you all. Hearty salutations to you, gratitudes to you, congratulations to you, prayers together that may we, with these efforts every day, evolve in our understandings, practices, experiences. Parabrahma, Ishvara, Jagannatha, Gurugana, Devatagana, Shastragana, Kripa we need along with the help and inspiration from the co-sadhakas. The Vyaktistvas which we have to enhance or evolve are Lokasevaka, Dharmasthavaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, Samskrita Bhasha Gnatha, Vyakarna Sahita, Guru Upasakaha, Daiva Upasakaha, Mananakarta, Nididhyasanakarta, Anubhavi, Anubhava Nishtita. Remember all these, frequently get inspired from them to be on the path. Friends, like every day, today also in our around 1 hour 10 minutes of class, we will have the Rigveda Parayanam for 8 to 10 minutes. We will have our common sense thought discussed for 10 to 12 minutes. We will have our Prarthanas Sankalpas done for a couple of minutes. Upanishad Parayanam, then Upanishad Adhyanam with Bhashyam. The Upanishad under discussion is Shwethashwathara Upanishad, fourth chapter. The topic is the Baddha and Mukta Purushas as well as Jeevatva and Ishwaratva, both are there in us all the time. What a crucial and important topic it is. Is there same slokas in Mundaka Upanishad also bodily lifted and put here also because of its very importance. Let us see how best we can apply ourselves and how best we invoke the grace of the Guru Parampara, Shruti Mata and the Lord in the success of this endeavor of ours. Let us start chanting Rigveda 7th Mandalam from 41st Anuvaka. ॐ अथ वेदपारायणम् ऋग्वेदः सप्तममण्डलम् अथ एकचत्वारिंशत्तम अनुवाकाद् आरभ्य ॐ प्रातरग्निं प्रातरिन्द्रं हवामहे प्रातर्मित्रावरुणा प्रातरश्विना प्रातर्भगं पूषणं ब्रह्मणस्पतिं प्रातः सोममुत रुद्रं हुवेम प्रातर्दितं भगमुग्रं हुवेम वयं पुत्रमदितेर्यो विधर्ता आद्रश्चिद्यं मन्यमानस्तुरश्चिद्राजाचिद्यं भगं भक्षेत्याह भगप्रणेतर्भगसत्यराधो भगेमां धियमुदवाददन्नः भगप्रणो जनयगोभिरश्वैर्भग प्रनृभिर्नृवन्तः स्याम उतेदानीं भगवन्तः स्यामोत प्रपित्व उत मध्ये अह्नाम् उतोदितामगवन् सूर्यस्य वयं देवानां सुमतौ स्याम भग एव भगवा अस्तु देवास्तेन वयं भगवन्तः स्याम तन्त्वा भग सर्व इज्जोहवीति स नो भग पुर एता भवेह समध्वरायोषसो नमन्तदधिक्रावे वशुचये पदाय अर्वाचीनं वसुविदं भगन्नो रथमिवाश्वा वाजिन आवहन्तो अश्वावतीर्गोमतीर्न उषासो वीरवतीः सदमुच्छन्तु भद्राः घृतं दुहाना विश्वत प्रपीता यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः 42nd प्रब्रह्माणो अंगिरसो नक्षन्त प्रक्रन्दनुर्न वन्यस्य वेतु प्रधेनव उदपृतो नवन्त युज्यातामद्रि अध्वरस्य पेशः सुगस्ते अग्ने सनवित्तो अध्वा युक्ष्वासुते हरितो रोहितश्च ये वा सद्मन्नरुषा वीरवाहो हुवे देवानां जनिमानि सत्तः समुवो यज्ञं महयन्नमोभिः प्रहोता मन्त्रोरीरि च उपाके यजस्व सुपूर्वणीक देवाना यज्ञियामरमतिं ववृत्याः यदा वीरस्य रेवतो दुरोणेस्यो न शीरतिथिराचिकेतत् सुप्रीतो अग्निः सुदितो दम आसविषे दातिवार्यमियत्यै इमन्नो अग्ने अध्वरञ्जुषस्व मरुत्स्विन्द्रे यशसङ्कृधीनः आनक्ता बर्हिः सदतामुषा शोषन्ता मित्रावरुणाय जेह एवाग्निं सहस्यं वसिष्ठो रायस्कामो विश्वप्स्यस्तात् इशं रयिं पप्रथद्वाजमस्मे यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः 43 प्रभो यज्ञेषु देवयन्तो अर्चन्द्याभानमोभिः पृथिवी ईषद्यै येषां ब्रह्माण्यसमानि विप्रा विश्वग्वियन्ति वनिनो न शाखाः प्रयज्ञ एतुहेत्वो न सप्तिरुद्यच्छध्वं समनसो घृताचीः शृणीत बर्हिरध्वराय साधूर्ध्वा शोचींषि देवयून्यस्तुः आपुत्रासो न मातरं विभृत्राः सानौ देवासो बर्हिषः सदन्तो आविश्वाची विदत्यामनक्त्वग्ने मानो देवता तामृधस्कः ते सीशपन्तजोषमाय जत्रारुतस्य धाराः सुदुघादुहानाः ज्येष्ठं वो अद्य महावसु नाम गन्तन समनसो यतिष्ठ एवानो अग्ने विक्ष्वादशस्य त्वया वयं सहसा वन्नास्क्राः राया युजा सदमादो अरिष्टा यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः 44 दधिक्रां वः प्रथममश्विनोषसमग्निं समिद्धं भगमूतये हुवे इन्द्रं विष्णुं पूषणं ब्रह्मणस्पतिमादित्यान् द्यावा पृथिवी आवः स्वः दधिक्रामुनमसा बोधयन्त उदीराणा यज्ञमुपप्रयन्तः जडान् देवीं बर्हिषि साधयन्तोऽश्विना विप्रा सुहवाहुवेम दधिक्रावाणं बुबुधानो अग्निमुपब्रुव उषसं सूर्यङ्गां वृध्नं मागंश्चतोर्वरुणस्य बभ्रुन्ते विश्वास्मद्दुरिदायावयन्तो दधिक्रावा प्रथमो वाज्यर्वाग्रे रथानां भवति प्रजानां संविधान उषसा सूर्येणादित्येभिर्वसुभिरङ्गिरोभिः आनो दधिक्राः पत्यामनक्तृतस्य पन्थामन्वेतवाओ शृणोतु नो दैव्यं शर्धो अग्निः शृण्वन्तु विश्वे महिषा अमूराः 45 आदेवो यातु सविता सुरत्नोऽन्तरिक्षप्रावहमानो अश्वैः हस्ते दधानो नर्या पुरोणि निवेशयं च प्रसुवं च भूम उदस्य बाहूशिथिरा बृहन्ता हिरण्यया दिवो अन्ता आगन् अनष्टां नूनं सो अस्य महिमापनिष्ठ सूरश्चिदस्मा अनुदाद पश्याम् सघानो देवः सविता सहावासाविशत् वसुपतिर्वसूनि विश्रयमाणो अमतिमुरुचिं मर्तभोजनमथ रासते नः इमा गिरः सवितारं सुजिह्वं पूर्णगभस्तिमीळते सुपाणिं चित्रं वयो बृहदस्मे दधातु यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thus, every day, the joy of chanting Veda mantras, unparalleled. It's so beautiful. Very good for your participation. Hope you are ready with the book every day, following the chant. Friends, in today's common sense thought, very short, precise is what? Key, be observant about one's own self, be observant about one's own life, be observant about what's happening in one's own life outside as well as inside. Is it that because of our inadvertence, instead of evolving from the human towards higher divine, is it that we are getting stagnant? Is it that we are even falling down lower and lower? Is it that we are entering into a what do you call a slumberous state of not knowing, not being conscious, non-performance? Is it that we are becoming victimized by our own inner mind's fancies and our outer own weaknesses, our own outer, whatever the sort of uh, slaveries to the happenings worlds, thereby losing the beauty and charm of living a very higher, nobler life? We have to be very observant. Let loose, allow the situations or the others to dominate, then we'll be totally dragged down and down and down into such an abyss that we are not even aware that where we have fallen. See the animals, what they do, what they live for, what they achieve. Do they have any thought other than just surviving? And for that, whatever the food it has to be gained, it gains. Are we falling into that level that just grazing for survival, not knowing what for we are alive? This just happens even though if we are being regular in such classes and yet not aware otherwise. That is the power of the moha, which covers our mind, intellect, understanding, awareness, and then makes us just either do wrong things or do no things. And see the preciousness of human life with all its possibilities, abilities, etc. Our own life. We are human. The abilities that are in us, the possibilities that are in us. Out of them, how much we are able to recognize, make use, and help evolve. If this continuous constant awareness about ourselves, if we don't maintain, then minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, just like that, the days will be spent without any conscious evolutionary efforts and achievements. Like a stone staying there, a pahad staying there, a tree staying there at the most, responding to the rain's waters, heats, that's it. Even sometimes the tree can be greater, for it gives us the fruits, it gives us flowers, it gives us vegetables, it gives us the wood or the shadow or the oxygen, etc. We become the consumer of all of that without creating or producing anything for ourselves or the world. If we are not contemplative, if we are not conscious about ourselves, what exactly we are doing or not doing, therefore achieving or not achieving. Is that way our day is going on wasted in some or the other bhoga, in only the nidra, in only the most of the non-essentials, in thinking about people, fighting with the people, trying to win over others, defeat others, deceive others? I see that ridiculous way of life, particularly you and I. those who are every day coming. Let us question ourselves only before we talk about anybody. We have no authority, right or need. क्या ये हो रहा है? तो हो रहा है मतलब we have just missed the track, or we have just became stagnant in our intellect's awareness. Wake up, shake up, है ना? And then start restarting. In life always resetting, repairing, restarting is to be done continuously. We have to pause and reset ourselves, repair ourselves required, then we have to keep on restart. After some time, again that moroseness, the dullness, that non-awareness happens. Again we have to restart. Like Puja Gurudev's time. He'll go to one center for yajna. The whole committee members are so active, dynamic from 2 months before till the yajna is over. After the yajna also for 15 days, 1 month, they cherish all of that. But बाद में धीरे धीरे those meetings, all of that start stagnant. Again Gurudev comes next year. Again they become active, dynamic. At least they are at least becoming when he comes. Then he started, no, start your own program. Therefore, people, whoever were interested, inspired, whole year, they kept on doing something or the other for themselves and the sadhana, etc., for the world. So, is that happening in us that we are becoming dull, non-planning, non-committed, non-performing, ineffective, just doing few things mechanically? बस 10 मिनट पाठ किया, 10 मिनट जप किया, 2 मिनट भगवान के सामने बैठे और 1 घंटा क्लास में सो गए, and considering that we have done great things, or even doing these things without awareness, without the goal in mind, without the purpose in mind. See how we are dragged by this tamo guna. It is called tamo. It doesn't make even us aware that it has dragged us. तमोगुण का महिमा यह है कि हम तमोगुण में गए हैं, ये हमको पता भी नहीं चलने देता है, उतना तमोगुण. I am not even aware that I have entered into tamas. You know, and to that some bhoga enjoyments added. And then that tiredness and exhaustion of that bhoga, and none of the tapasya is done, and that personality outside and inside becomes such a burden and bhoj to oneself and others also. This happens very, very dangerous. We have to very aware about, very much aware about it. Not allow such downfall to happen. Keep always our goals. The goal number one is what? First of all, we have to be available for ourselves, our own survival, our own health, our own, required minimum things. Every day this has to be done. Second, we have to be available for ourselves, for our own necessary daily adhyatmika sadhana sets for minimum 2 hours, in which consciously we are doing everything worthy that is to be done. While doing every one of them, aiming at perfection every time. In that, what we are doing, what for we are doing, how it has to be done. Is it exactly done the way it has to be done? Or am I forgetting it and becoming mechanical? And how far, while doing this, I have traveled further. I have evolved. I got the result which is expected out of it. If this awareful, conscious effort is not there, then things will be mechanically done, not being aware of even the doing. Forget about, concerned about the result that has to come out of that sadhana. Like आप हर दिन थोड़ा पाठ कर रहे हो मानो. Mechanically the part is going on like a tota. But that part day by day should make us master the mantras by heart, and then the meaning of it also should start revealing to us. And while reveling in the revealed meaning, we have to divinize, make more intensified our part. That's the purpose, isn't it? Like if I am doing, let us say, Sundarakanda part of Tulsi Ramayana, Hanuman Chalisa part, Vishnu Sahasranama part, Gita Shloka part, कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ, so within a month or two में, when I do the Sundarakand part, mantras are going on, and the total katha that is being explained there should happen in my heart, that from my eyes the joy, tears of joy are coming. Whatever the prasangas that are there, those anubhutis I am getting. That is the purpose of the part, that we become one with the theme that is set there. And the moment जामवंत के वचन सुहाये सुनि हनुमंत हृदय अति भाये तब लग मोहि परिख्यउ सुतो भाई सही दुख कंदम मूल फल खाय जब लगी आवो सीत ही देखी कोई काज मोहि हरस विशेषी. When these things are chanted, 100% that anubhuti of that Hanumanji there, Vanaras there, he is telling all of them before takeoff. That should be totally, the whole picture should be felt. That's the purpose of art. Not that our mouth is doing the chanting, but our mind and eyes are in the cell phone who is calling us what messages have come. Is there any meaning in such sadhana, Matao? Think about it. Same way, if I chant the Vishnu Sahasranama, so that Vishwam, Vishnuhu, Vashatkaraha, Bhuta, Bhavya, Bhavat, Prabhu, each of them are such a sublime meaning. That bhava of that thing should reveal to us. For that purpose only the Parayanam. In the same way, when I chant Gita, any adhyaya, संन्यासम कर्मणाम कृष्ण पुनर्योगम चशम ससी यत्श्रेय एतयोरेकम तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम श्री भगवान उवाच संन्यास कर्म योगश्च निःश्रेयसकरा भुवौ उभौ तयोस्तु कर्म संन्यासात् कर्म योगो विशिष्यते ज्ञेयस्य नित्य संन्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि. When I chant this chapter 5 or anything, that should click to me. For that purpose is the chanting. Whether we chant Shri Guru Charana Saroja Rajani Jamana Mukurasdhari, Jayanmana Jnana Guna Sagara, or Bala Samay Ravi Bhakshiliyo Tava, or anything, the Brahma Murari Sura Archita Lingam, immediately Brahma, Murari, Sura, all of them are doing the Archana to the Lord Shiva's Linga. That dhyana should happen in us. And then Nirmala Bhasita Shobhit, Janmaja Dukkha Vinashaka, Tat Pranava. In that way, to reach to that higher levels of experience, that we are told to do these things every day. Part ka example we saw. Same way when we do the puja upasana, है ना? That mantrocharana करते हुए dhyana, avahana, asana, padya, arghya, achamana. How wonderful it has to be done. That in fact the Bhagwan, when you touch the vigraha, the Bhagwan शरीर को हमारा हाथ टच करना है, उतना तक हमारा अनुभव होना है. Or again fighting with wife and children, puja also is going on. भगवान के ऊपर पानी डाल रहे, उनको पोछ रहे. We are not at all there. Doing adhyatmika karyakramas is not like doing the worldly things. Even worldly things should be done so spiritual minded. Whether somebody is cleaning the car, working in a mechanic shed, packing the items in a store shop, even that should be spiritualized. Not the spirituality is done so mechanically. No. So too when we do the japa. What a higher level of sadhana mata. Yajnanam japayagno asmi Bhagavan said. I am the japa yajna. So, as in the yajna, in the Agni, all ahutis are offered. So, too in the Japa yajna, Japa Agni, the mantra Agni, entire Tamo Rajoguna aspects of the chitta are added, and Shuddha Sattva Guna should come in our chitta, Sattva will awaken, and in that, how clear the Tattva Jnana should be, isn't it? In this way, we have to aim at becoming available to ourselves. Then we have to become available to serve the society. We have to become available to do the upasana of the Lord. Finally, after our own spiritual evolution or while evolving, we should become available for the Shruti Mata, for the Dharma, for the Guru, for the Lord to express through us, to function through us in the service of the world. With these as the aims, goals, every moment, how sacredly we have to utilize to prepare ourselves, to qualify ourselves. Isn't it? That way is our life happening, or is just mechanically, day by day we are spending, only waiting for the last day to come. Dekho bhaiya. Then how these things happen? Only when we daily study Shastras consciously and get inspired. Daily study the life histories of great achievers of the past and present, spiritual contributors, and get inspired from them. And ourselves also assessing, estimating about our own selves. These are the few things by which we are always on our toes in doing things to be done for our evolution and making our presence felt in the world. Instead of that, if you only hook on to with obligations to the worldly people, to the worldly bhoga, worldly enjoyment, day by day the vasanas will grow, isn't it? Desires will grow, other vikaras of the mana will grow, our entire vyavahara becomes bhautika samsarika vyavaharika jagatika, then we are no more can be called as the Daiva Bhakta or Guru Shishya or Shastra Adhya, Vidyarthi or Adhyatmika Sadhaka. These titles, these identities are taken away from us. We are as ordinary as we were, perhaps even lower than that. अब इतना गुरुओं को मिलकर, इतने संतों से मिलकर, इतने तीर्थ यात्राएं करके, इतने सत्संग शास्त्र सुनकर, at the end of the life wagon में, if our life is like that, then we have done a big crime against ourselves. Think about it. Be on the toes, in the divine mood, all the time, involving in one after the other divine sadhanas. Every sacrifice to do this is worthy. Every hard work to achieve this is worthy. That way inspire oneself. That way become valuable to oneself. What we do so far is devaluing ourselves, our own adhyatmika sadhana, and duly we value the people and things in our mind, as we discussed yesterday also. Outside, we have to value the people for what they are, for what's our relation, for they being divine. वो कर लो, वो तो बाहर का साधना है. But inside, why are we worried? Why are we concerned? Why are we emotional? Why are we attached to anything? Because of all that, only the inner thing that we are not able to single pointedly know, apply ourselves for our own evolution. And the days are passing one by one. See, when did this 2025 came? We don't know. Jan हो गया, फेब हो गया, मार्च हो गया, अब अप्रैल 25, 4, 25, 25 अप्रैल 25 आ गया. लाइक दिस मई जून जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर अक्टूबर हो जाएगा, 26 आएगा, 30 आएगा, हम जाएगा. See that both the other Maya are that the time never stops, goes on going. The inner Maya, the days are passing without ourselves doing anything substantial. When the doing is not substantial, how can the result be substantial and spectacular? Think about it, realize it, commit for oneself, then evolve in doing the sadhana, involve. Whatever the obstacles, one by one conquer them. The tamoguna obstacle, the rajoguna obstacle, they have to be conquered consciously, intelligently, taking the help of the place, taking the help of the people, other inspirational aids, whatever, whichever work, लिस्ट बना उसका उसका यूज करो, जिनका यूज करने से मेरा जो करना है होगा, और क्या करना ऑलरेडी बता चुके है ना. The 4 5 things which we said, available to ourselves for our best outer performances, ourselves available for our own spiritual all sadhanas, available ourselves to serve the world, to do our upasana to divine, finally available for the divine to express through us. कि 24 घंटे हमारे द्वारा लोक आध्यात्मिक कल्याण हेतु कुछ न कुछ हो ही रहा है. I was surprised to see the Prime Minister. He went to the foreign country because of the ADSA. He came back, had the meetings in the airport only, ordered all the things to be done systematically. In again another state, we had there some meeting, other meeting. रात में 12-1 बजे तक the अखिल पक्ष समावेशन. What an activity going on, bhai. All the time, no Sunday, no holiday, no Dasara, no Deepavali, no picnic, no entertainment, no enjoyment, no relaxation. See, the world has such great giants working. There are some Mahatmas in the Adhyatmika Kshetra, like Swami Vivekananda's, Puja Gurudev's. These people were so relentless, in the service of the world as an instrument in the hands of the Lord for the spiritual development. It's not sufficient to remember them, salute them, just to do some namaskar, chamatkar. No, we also have to aim ourselves to reach to those levels. That's a true tribute. No guru wants us to be stagnant at where we are and then keep only a worshipper. That also just like that mechanical. Every guru wants every of his disciple to be as dynamic and active and contributing as he himself along with the spiritual evolution. Pujya Gurudev's words to all general devotees, the committee members, or the Acharya Swamis, each of you should become an institution to do this work, he used to say. They are the inspirations to us. From that, let us start today itself. 25/4/25 is our reset, repair, and restart button. That our day already now started to be utilized for the highest of the purpose in the best of the ways and means so far known to me. And I will know better, I will do better, I will achieve better. With that inspiration, whether it's the inward the work, कमरे में घर में करने वाला, बाहर का काम, thoroughly उसमें engage हो जाना. छोटे छोटे चीजों में, लोगों में, बातों में नहीं फंसना. Let others do that. Your sacred time you reserve for sadhana, isn't it? If not, this awareness is not there. As we said in the beginning, देखते देखते हम कुछ भी नहीं है ऐसे बन जाए, isn't it? होता है वो. That's the danger. That's the moha. That is the maya. The price we have to pay is the continuous attention, alertness. Just like somehow that particular spot where even vehicles cannot go, inadvertently, the big greatness of that place is announced. And the hundreds and thousands people have gone, and the stupid terrorists found that to be the weak point. Army were not deployed there. In a very sensitive place like Jammu and Kashmir, even for next 100 years, we cannot trust till the entire Kashmir Pandits are taken and made there to establish and they start ruling the whole Kashmir. तब तक you cannot trust Kashmir, Jammu. You can't trust. You cannot leave an inch also unnoticed. Otherwise, this Atsa happened. अब देखो the fear for this Amarnath Yatra and all. Start होगा कि नहीं भी doubt. Life is also like that. Even thoda sa inadvertence, weakness, loophole ho gaya, then gone. Little bit chance give. Already we are not 100% perfect. 5-10%. अब उसमें फिर 80% imperfection है. So then who is responsible for our not doing, therefore not evolving? है ना? When will the day come where we take our own life into our hands? We love our life. We love our own wanting to achieve the goals. We love our things to be done. When will we do that? How long? Somebody should coax us from outside, force us and obligate us. And that also we do some of it out of obligation and many of the things out of frustration and conclude with the depression. What a pathetic life, isn't it? Chi, 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 chi. So let us inspire ourselves, and we must know that we can do, and we must do, and we will do. बनाओ आज से अपना वंडरफुल स्केड्यूल अच्छी तरह से और स्टिक टू इट एंड कीप ऑन performing karmanyavadhikarast. Observe once in a while in the right direction. Is our evolution happening or not? This mahaphaleshu kadachana is regarding the outer phala, not for the inner spiritual evolution. Spiritual evolution is not a karma phala, na? It is a jivana antima lakshya. वो हो रहा है कि नहीं देखना है, उसको पाने के लिए तो हम साधना कर, इसलिए कीप ऑब्जर्विंग. हैज माय माइंड बिकम free from tamas, free from rajas, has it get sattva guna, is it always alert, is it always remembering its duties, mainly spiritual? ये सारे हमारे अंदर हो रहा है कि नहीं देखना. Friends, life is very sacred, very precious. When do we get again such an opportunity of again being born in Bharat Mata, in Sanatana Dharma, and are helped by, blessed by our own Gurus, Acharya? पता नहीं मिलेगा कि नहीं बाहर. अब का यूज करो तो गारंटीड दैट मिलेगा, नहीं यूज करो तो गारंटीड दैट नहीं मिलेगा. थिंक अबाउट इट. इफ यू आर स्टिल केयरलेस नेग्लिजेंट और कह दे कि कोई गल नहीं, जरूरत नहीं हमको, बस ऐसे वर्ल्डली लाइफ जिएंगे, देन योर चॉइस. तथास्तु देवता विल से तथास्तु. On the other hand, every devata we are remembering, praying, every rishi, muni, guru we are remembering and praying, that put me on adhyatmic marga. Let me do only these sadhanas. Let me evolve day by day. I say, if we relentlessly remember, pray, they also will say tathastu. Choice is ours. Om. Om. Om Sahanavavadu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sarusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. ओम ईरिमे गुरुविपूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं सनातन धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भू भागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थना दीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये अतनो श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः पारायणं फ्रेंड्स 11 to 15। ओम यो योनिं योनिमधितिष्ठत्येकः यस्मिन्निदं संचविचैति सर्वं तमीशानं वरदं देवमीड्यं निचाये मां शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति। यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वाधिपो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं पश्यत जायमानं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तु। यो देवानाम् अधिपो यस्मिन् लोका अधिश्रिताः य ईशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पदः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम। सूक्ष्मातिसूक्ष्मं कलिलस्य मध्ये विश्वस्य स्रष्टारमनेककल्पं विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं ज्ञात्वा शिवं शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति। स एव काले भुवनस्य गोप्ता विश्वाधिपः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः यस्मिन् युक्ता ब्रह्मर्षयो देवताश्च तमेवं ज्ञात्वा मृत्युपाशान्श्छिनत्ति। Friends, we are into the fourth chapter. The mantra yesterday was कि इदानीं तेज अप अन्न लक्षणां प्रकृतिं छान्दोग्य उपनिषत् प्रसिद्धां अजारूप कल्पनया दर्शयति। इदानीं दर्शयति Shrutimata. Shrutimata is now telling us, showing us. What is it telling us? कि तेज अब अन्न लक्षणाम प्रकृति, तेजो अन्न लक्षण प्रकृति. तेज means fire, up water, anna is the prithvi. Chandogya Upanishad Prasiddham, that which is very exhaustively spoken in our next Upanishad Chandogya. Ajarupa Kalpanaya Darshayati. So the presence of Prakriti, and we have the two states, two ways of dealing with the Prakriti. One, lost in Prakriti, then we are Jiva, bound, samsari. Got freed from the Prakriti, then we are Mukta. So प्रकृति के जो अनुयायी बनते हैं वो बंधन संसार में रहते हैं, आते हैं. जो प्रकृति के परे चले आते हैं they become मुक्त. See, this Upanishad's beauty is that only in every of the shloka, one or the other salient, clear message it keeps on giving. In this mantra, that's the one. There is one aja. You can be one aja indulging in it and getting bound. You can be another aja by withdrawing from it, getting liberated. Choice is yours. कह के आगे चले जाते हैं गुरु और भी समझकर करते हुए is our कर्तव्य. Chant the mantra twice. अजाम एकाम लोहित शुक्ल कृष्णाम बह्वीः प्रजाः सुजमानाम स्वरूपाः Ajo heko jushamano nushete jahati enam bhukta bhogam ajah anyaha. So one is the Aja, the Prakriti, which is Lohita Shukla Krishna. Then one Ajaha is there, Jiva, Jushamanaha Anushet. Jushamanaha means enjoying it, indulging in it, savoring it, Anushete gets caught up only at its level, bound by it. Anyaha Ajaha, what he does? He understands that it's Bhukta Bhoga, therefore Jahati. He just gives it up and gives his slavery to it, and he is reveling in his own pristine self-glory. This is the literal meaning of this mantra. Bhashyam also we have seen, but one, two things have to be again reminded. Therefore, we just quickly browse through before we go into the next sixth mantra. So, Ajam Ekam Iti. Bhashyakara says, I am commenting on this mantra, which is starting with the words Ajam Ekam. Okay, Ajam. What is Ajam? Prakritim. Right? And what is Prakriti? The Shruti Mata herself said, लोहित शुक्ल कृष्ण. जो लोहित है, जो शुक्ल है, जो कृष्ण है. One meaning of it is what? Lohita is rajoguna, lahu. Shukla is the sattva the white. Krishna is the black, the tamoguna. So sattvika, rajasika, tamasika, guna rupa prakriti. Clear? Ajam, prakriti. And इसको, इस लोहित शुक्ल कृष्ण अजा प्रकृति को in a Chandogya Upanishad, what way it is explained as Tejovanna Lakshanam. Tejaha Apa Anna Lakshana. Teja is Agni, Apa means Vayu, Vani is not Vayu, Pani, Jala, Anna means Prithvi. Now, so very consciously suno isko. We all know they are Panchamahabhutas. The Akashabhut Panchamahabhut Meka, then comes Vayu, then Agni, then Jala, then the Prithvi. Now remember, the Vayu aspect comes and goes inside. अंदर गया आया बाहर गया अपना प्राण शक्ति बनकर whatever physiological functions it has to do, that vayu is accomplishing. Akasha is the one which we occupy as long as we are. We release it when we go. No, other than these two bhutas of Akasha and Vayu, what are the other three? These three only. Agni, Jala and Prithvi Tattva. Now be attentive. With these three upadhis, or the what you call Mahabhutas, what is the thing which is made? Is not, it is our own Sthula Sharira. Therefore, the Aja is the Prakriti, it is Trigunatmika. Aja is Prakriti, Panchabhautika. But among that, more problematic is Tribhautika. With the three bhutas, that is Teja Hapa Annana, Teja Up Anna Yukta, that is our own Sharira. Is not our Sharira has got Tejaha, the fire in it, and upper water, 86% water in a Sharir mein, or 76. The remaining is the Anna, the Prithvi. So, Prithvi, Apaha, Tejaha, in तीनों से बना हुआ स्थूल शरीर is spoken here. So, Teja अब अन्न लक्षण प्रकृति. Because the Vayu is coming and going, उससे उतना problem नहीं है. Akasha is just there, we are in it, we'll release it when we go. Therefore, Aja, though is Panchabhautika, but the binding one is the Lohita Shukla Krishna is equal to the Anna, Apa and Tejo Lakshana. Prithvi, Apaha, Tejaha Lakshana. The Prithvi Tattva, Jala Tattva and Agni Tattva. तीनों से बना हुआ स्थूल शरीर. So Tejo Varna Lakshana Aja. And Bahvi Prajaha Sujamana. The Bahvi Praja Sujamana means to every of the Jiva, these three together are giving those Shariras. And to every of the Jiva, again and again, the Shariras are given. To 100 Jivas they are there, 100 Shariras are given. And to each of the jiva, thousands of shariras are given according to his own vasana by this ajada prakriti, especially teja of anna lakshana. तेज आप अन्न लक्षण प्रकृति से बना हुआ स्थूल शरीर में फिर लोहित शुक्ल कृष्ण त्रिगुण प्रवेश करते हैं. Then we act tamasic, rajasic mostly. Sattva also we use as if it is subversivent or servant to the rajo tamo demands only. Like all our intelligence is to fulfill the desires of the mind and to find the comfort of the body. Even sattva guna is serving only rajo tamo guna in a sharira which is made of teja up anna. All of that is ajada prakriti. It continues. So teja up anna lakshanam bahvihi prajaha srujamanam utpadayanti. And about this prakriti, this maya only, in the first chapter of this very text was said, Dhyana yoga anugata drushtam devatma shakti. है ना. ते ध्यान योगानुगता अपश्यन् देवात्मशक्तिं स्वगुणैर्निगूढां यः कारणानि निखिलानि तानि सर्वाणि अधितिष्ठति एकः. दैट मंत्र विसाना सेम थिंग, उसका यह रेफरेंस दे रहे. सो ध्यान योग अनुगताः, when we become introverted and see whatever is happening, then we understand the Prakriti. And the further things, it is not independent, it is dependent on the Purusha and Paramatma. That Paramatma are we. Not knowing it, we allowed the Prakriti to dominate us, we became Jiva. Forgot ourselves. अब यार देखो, एक बहुत परेशान करने वाले बात डिस्कस करते हैं 2 मिनट. बहुत दुखी करेगा आपको बात, बहुत दुखी करेगा. देखो, the wife should dominate or the husband should dominate. The parents should dominate or the children should dominate. The owner should dominate or the tenant should dominate. The owner should dominate or the kutta should dominate. The boss should dominate or the subordinate. Big question I am asking, very confusing, just to trouble you. Who should dominate? Think, who should dominate? The answer is, among those, what are you that you should dominate? If not, the other will dominate you. If you are an owner, you should dominate the kutta, not allow that to dominate you. If you are the kutta, you should dominate, don't allow the owner. Because if you allow others to dominate, you will always be subversive. If you are a husband, you should dominate wife. Don't allow to sit on your head. So if you are a wife, you should not allow him to sit on your head. What you are? बहुत tricky. That's why I said, परेशान करने वाली बात आप. Only in the relation of Guru, Shishya and Bhakta Bhagavan, Bhagavan only should dominate and Guru only. In all other cases, why should we allow in whatever the identity should be dominated by others? Like if I am a subordinate, why should I allow the boss to dominate on me? When will the boss will dominate? When I don't do my work properly. If I do my work properly, honestly, he won't head sit on my head. He will only become humble because I am doing work well. Like, don't you become humble to your servant if he does the work well? And in many houses we see the servant is more disciplined than the owner. Therefore, the servant dominates the owner sometimes. He starts ordering the owner because he is doing the work. Isn't it? You, by the owner, by good payment given to him, sufficient work given, you should dominate again. What you are, that's important. What the topic came from? Ki when we become Dhyana Yoga Anugata, then we discover the presence of Prakriti, then we know that it is Jada and not independent, then there is Purusha behind. After this much is understood, that Purusha should dominate the Prakriti, but the other way now it is happening. This is what will be discussed in the next two shlokas. द्वा सुपर्णा सयुजा सखाया समानम वृक्षम परिशस्व जाते तयोः अन्यः पिप्पलम स्वादवत्ति अनष्टन अन्यः विचारकुशे. उसका इंट्रोडक्शन इस श्लोक में toward the end. We just starting the first half of it. So we are explaining the quotation given by the Bhashyakara of this very Upanishad in the beginning while explaining this Aja. Aja means Prakriti. Prakriti means Loita Shukla Krishna. Loita Shukla Krishna Prakriti is equal to Teja Apa Anna Rupa. And that is what is realized by the Brahmavadinaha when they went into Dhyana Yoga. So, Dhyana Yoga Anugata Drishtam. And what is it? Deva Atma Shakti. It is the Shakti of that Deva. देव उस परमात्मा का आत्म शक्ति है, उनका खुद का शक्ति है वो. And that Deva Atma is me. Therefore, it is my Shakti. I should use the Shakti, na? Not the Shakti used me. Like the speaking power is my Shakti. I should use it, not that I should be slave to it. The car is my Shakti. I should drive car, not the car drives me. So Deva Atma Shaktim. Okay, clear? Therefore, the Deva Atma Shakti, Dhyana Yoga Drashtavya Shakti, Teja of Anna Lakshana Shakti in brackets is equal to Stula Sharira. Then Lohita Shukla Krishna Shakti, that's called Sattva-Rajas-Tamo Guna, that's called as Prakriti, that is what is referred in the Chandogya as Aja, and that's what is brought here in this shloka, in this Upanishad also. So Ajam, Prakritim, Lohita Shukla Krishnam, Teja of Anna Lakshanam, then Dhyana Yoga Anugata Drashtavyam, then Dhyana Anugasam, last one is क्या कहते हैं देवात्म शक्ति. ये है माया शक्ति explained. Now it is in accusative case. उस आत्म शक्ति को, उस अजा को, उस प्रकृति को वो और एक काम करती है. What is it? Swarupaha samanakaraha. That goes on projecting the त्रिगुणात्मक जगत. त्रिगुणात्मक प्रकृति will project त्रिगुणात्मक जगत only ना, जो है वही आएगा. From the gold, silver ornaments will not come, isn't it? From the gold ornaments only. From the mud, you won't get the golden utensils. मड से मड पात्र ही बनते हैं. So do the त्रिगुणात्मक प्रकृति creates the त्रिगुणात्मक रूपनात्मा जगत only. त्रिगुणात्मका. So Sujyamanam Sarupa is explained. Therefore, everything in the world is made out of Prakriti. Therefore, inherently has got all these three gunas. So, okay, यहाँ तक. Now, that Prakriti ko, two people are there. One attaches to it, involves in it, gets bound as a jiva. Other one just kicks it down and becomes liberated. अब तुम्हारी मर्जी है. देखो, in what a simpler way the Upanishad Shruti Mata communicating to us the bondage liberation. Let us read that. Both important. To that one, that Maya Prakriti ko Ajaha Ekaha. One Ajaha. He is called also Aja. That's Jiva. Who is he? Vijnana Atma. Vijnana Atma means the pure Atma is Jnapti Sarupa. It's only purely consciousness, conscious of itself. In that there is nothing other than it. But other than that, there comes some specific individuality who becomes the knower. And that who becomes knower? The Chid Abhasa Yukta Aham Vritti. Again say, Chid Abhasa is the ability to know. That consciousness expresses as knowingness in the Aham Vritti. Therefore, the Aham Vritti becomes what? Knower. That knower is called Vijnana. Knowing is Vijnana, knower is Vijnanatma. So you and I are called Vijnanatma. And what is the real self? Kevala Jnapti Swarupa. So this Vijnanatma is the Ajaha. Who is he? So beautifully defined here. इन द नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट श्लोका इतना लंबा हमको एक्सप्लेनेशन का मिलेगा ऑफ दिस विज्ञानात्मा जीवा हु इज ही ध्यान से सुनो अनादि काम कर्म विनाशितः अनादि from the beginningless time vinashitah destroying himself by what kama and karma isn't it that the kamana happens for this vijnanatma in the buddhi then in the mind the emotion for that kama happens after that the sharira indriyas involved in the karma and with that karma the karma phala will come and the karma phala will push him from one world to the other that is called here as vinashitah here the vinashita is from real essential self याद रखो अपने निज आत्म स्वरूप से एक तिनका नीचे गिर गए तो हमारा विनाश हो गया fallen down from the ultimate is our destruction that is the way the vinashita word we have to understand as used by this Adi Shankara Bhagavan Bhashyakara so ajo hi kaha jushamanaha anushete this is the sentence in the mantra that he is explaining who is that one ajaha vijnanatma more specifications are anadi kama karma vinashitaha and kama will come because of avidya of the real self therefore avidya kama karma ग्रंथि में फंसा हुआ जीव को विज्ञानात्मा कहते हैं और विज्ञानात्मा को जीव कहते हैं what is he doing swayam atmanam manyamana swayam atmanam manyamana means he is considering himself the vijnanatma as the real self further he is bringing him down himself by identifying with the buddhi with the indriyas with the sharira with the mana that's called as swayam atmanam manyamana but actually who is he is none of these upadhis nor is even a vijnanatma he is a pure jnapti swarupa atma the pure conscious self the difference between conscious self knowing self this jiva considers himself to be knowing self forgets himself to be the conscious self therefore swayam atmanam manyamana means अपने आप को ही फाइनल आत्मा मान रहे हो we are all as a knower we think we are so we are never aware that we are awareness and थोड़ा ज्यादा पूछने से we say how do you know this thing then some people will say I am conscious of and see the sentence's completeness I am consciousness such consciousness me is conscious of I being the knower therefore that knower the vijnanatma is the object of the consciousness who is the subject but he has forgotten is that subjective consciousness he has taken the objective knower as the subjective self that's the meaning of swayam atmanam manyamana then what is he doing jushamanaha enjoying this teja of anna prakriti juhamana sevamanaha anushete means bhajate means serves means identified with the teja of anna made sthula sharira and living life only at that level protecting it nurturing it nourishing it feeding it making happy the sharira other than that ये कुछ नहीं कर रहा बस एक दिन मर जाएगा only to enter into other sharir so this vijnanatma jiva in this prakriti which is teja of anna lakshana which is more specifically the sthula sharira he is lost into it this is one ajaha what about the other ajaha ki anyaha this is anyaha ajaha who is he very beautiful acharya upadesha prakasha from the acharya he got the upadesha with that upadesha he got the prakasha is the atma jnana because of that prakasha atma jnana avasadita in him the destruction happened of what avidya andakaraha the darkness of ignorance has been destroyed in him because of the prakasha gained from the acharya upadesha so acharya upadesha prakasha avasadita avidya andakaraha The other ajaha, what he is doing, not jushamanaha shete, not identifying, entering, indulging, and staying only at the body level. No, 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 no. What he is doing? Jahati. Means tyajati. He gives up. So what he has given up? All that. The Prakriti, the Trigunatmaka Prakriti, the Teja of Annamaya Prakriti, the Devatma Shakti Prakriti, Dhyana Yoga Anugata Prakriti, that Prakriti which is expressing as the Sharira, है ना? तेज आप अन्न मिलकर शरीर के रूप में ना जहादी means he dissociates his identity with that, including he dissociates himself to even Vijnana Atma. Then what is he? Shuddha Chaitanya Atma. That's it. आप सोचो फिर कौन सा अजह आपको बनना है ना? अजा में इन्वॉल्व होते हुए अजा का गुलाम बनने वाला अजह, और अजा को छोड़कर द रियल अजह, द आत्मन ऑल्सो इज कॉल्ड अजह, जन्मादि विकार रहता, अजो नित्य शाश्वतोयम पुराणः, इन गीता, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर स्टडीइंग. जहाति एनाम भुक्त भोगा. भुक्त भोगा मीन्स दैट विच इज फीका है, टेस्टलेस है, भोग करके छोड़ दिया. तो खेला खाया, छिलका छोड़ दी. So this second ajaha, he is enjoying his own brilliant, bright, pure self. And on this pure self, this maya was the cover, like on the kela, the chilka. He is bhukta bhoga. The real self is enjoying. So what is the need of the skin? So what is the need of the aja maya? Tejati. Bhukta bhogam tejati. While enjoying the real self, he is rejecting this maya. Maya means prakriti. Prakriti made all the upadis. So he is not even Vijnana Atma. He is a pure Vyakti Swarupa Atma. I am the pure conscious self. Ajaha, that also. See the beauty of this shloka with Bhashya. When you exhaustively, patiently study, how our intellect gets empowered in the knowledge. Unfortunately, after this class, we give it up and we forget till the tomorrow. And throughout the day, we involve in so many things that our vasanas to identify with the Sharira only grow. Till all these are made set right. I know. Our real spiritual sadhana can't grow. Can't have. Just like you made the house. Yeah. But till the whole paintings are done, electrical fittings are done, plumbing is done, furnishing is done, then all the laborers, whatever the things that are there, instruments, cement के बोरिया पड़े, ईंट उधर पड़े, और बाकी कुछ लकड़ इधर पड़ा है. Till all of that is cleared, you can't stay in that house. In the same way, till every of this aspect is cleared, that in the class I come thoroughly study about the second ajaha, who is jahatenam bhukta bhogam, and to achieve that, throughout the day I try and practice such things by which the jahati is done. In all these things with clear conviction, till we establish, our journeys doesn't start. है ना? लाइक द फ्लाइट में देखो सब बैठ गए, सब हो गया, बैठ गए तो जर्नी नहीं होती है. ओनली व्हेन ही सीज द फ्लाइट इज एयरवर्दी एंड ऑल सिग्नल्स फ्रॉम आउटसाइड आर गिवन, देन रन टेक ऑफ. इजंट इट? इन ट्रेन आल्सो सारा फ्यूल भर दिया और प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़ी है, सब लोग बैठ गए. इसका अर्थ नहीं है कि इट इज मूविंग. When the driver has to ensure everything is done, then he starts moving. Then only moving happens. In spiritual life also, the spiritual movement happens only when we ensure all things are done. You know, the track is checked, the engine is checked, the bogies are checked, their connection is checked, signal देखना पड़ता है, सब जाकर. But about all these things, where, as we saw in our conversation, start very careless, reckless, sleepy, lazy, do not want to know anything, do not want to attend Upanishad class, do not want to think, contemplate, study, make our notes. So that is the intellectual lethargy. Naturally, the one in whose life the intellect is lethargic in these aspects, the vasanas, the mind, the senses, they take over. And they rule us, and that's what we are doing. Whatever the vasanas put in the mind as the desire, we use our sharira indriya to fulfill that. Who is zero? To such person, always the Adhyatmikta is far away. Why should we allow it? Let us be spiritual. Let us learn. Let us implement. Let us ensure our own growth by our own efforts. So, ajamekam lohita shukla krishnam bahvi prajaha srujamanam swarupah ajo hi ko jushamano nushete jahati enam mukta bhogam ajonyah. We spent 2 days, that's why a good idea has come to us. Give more time, contemplate it, that idea becomes information. That becomes knowledge if you contemplate more. Then you will be convinced about it. Oh, in me only the two possibilities are there. One identifying with the Prakriti, with the Deha, and live as a Dehi, the Jiva, suffer. The other one is what? Though being in the body, yet not for the body. Not identified with the body. Detached from it. That's called Jahati now. Therefore, प्रकृति वश में जीवा प्रकृति को वश में रखने वाला या पार होने वाला जीवन मुक्त. This thing will be discussed in next two shlokas. Beautiful mantras. Okay, friends, enjoy them tomorrow. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachade Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramashubhyo Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Lord bless us with the deep subtle vision to understand that everything is made of Prakriti the Maya. I am the Purusha, I need not be indulged in it, be bound as Jiva. Let me be liberated, freed from all the clutches and remain in my own eternal self. Come to Gita study, friends, half an hour.